welcome back to the channel. I won a match off this pig recently, in the last 3 or 4 weeks anyway, and that day I wish I'd have brought my cameras with me, because I could get to where I've caught. I could have got the cameras really close to see the action. I didn't, so today I thought I'd come back and show you how I catch perch on the worm, or how I fish for perch on the worm. All I've brought with me is minimal tackle. I've got 3 top kits set up. One's the new Preston Power Float in a 0.5 gram, the bulk of number 8 Stotz and 2 droppers of number 9 Stotz and a size 16 natural N30 hook. Now that's going to be my main rig. I'll also run the caster and a single maggot over the top of that, and that will be with a 4x12 F1 fine, and that is to a size 18 natural N10. And then the last rig, which I probably won't get to use because I use this more for reels than anything. It's got a proper elastic, which is slip 15, Dura slip 15, and it's got it'll end up with a size 12 N50, and that'll be for reels and holding onto. But I'm not expecting to do that today. So these 2 rigs are going to be more or less my go-to rigs. Both of them have got original slip number 6 is doubled up, because I believe that's the best, in my opinion, for your average size perch. That's the best elastic to use. Anything lighter, you end up bumping fish, and you need to set that hook on the bite. So we'll give it a go. I'm going to kick the peg off with some finely chopped worm. But I don't do anything special to my worm, I just finely chop it. I don't even take too much of the dirt out of it. I leave a lot of the dirt in there because I think it adds to attraction when it's going down in the peg. So I've got some finely chopped worms, some maggots and some casters for the hook. That is it. And obviously my worms, which I'm going to be using on the hook for those. Lovely Dendrobinas. Right, I'm going to kick the peg off by putting a decent pinch, that much, of chopped worm into the pot, and then 15-20 casters. And all I'm going to do is ship that out to where I intend to fish. Which is just there. And turn the pot over. And lift it out. Now plumbing. Let's get a plummet on, and I'll show you how I've plumbed it. That's about right, that is, because I want it 1 inch or so over depth. That'll do. That's how deep I'm going to be fishing it. Right, so we'll slip a worm on and see if we can catch one. I always hook my worm right through the middle of the head. And then out through the side. Like that. And then I'll nip the end off. Like that with my thumbnail. So we got that on the hook. And we'll see if that'll catch us a fish. Should do. Lower the rig in. Now I tend to fish. Oh yeah, look, we got that one pulled the elastic out, and it's a proper fish as well. Proper perch. Perch jug. Hang on. Not even a perch, I don't think. See, I never tend to strike. Oh, it's a bream. How's that for a start on a perch fishing video? Look at that. With the disgorger on him, he's had that proper. Yeah. I never expected that. That worm's hardly touched, so I'm going to push it back down onto the hook length, onto the hook, and go again with it. The rig set up. Now, there's lots of ways you can induce bites on the worm, and when you first go in, you don't really need to do it so much. But once the pig starts to get a bit harder, jig the rig like that, and that'll help you get a bite, exactly like what I just did there. How many times you've heard people say that they've had a bite, instantly the rig has settled on a perch, off a perch. There you go. That isn't coincidence, they like a moving bait. So if you haven't had a bite, as soon as it's settled, give it a bit of movement, and if there's anything there, they will have it. Worm's okay still. I'm going to go out with it again. Drop it in. That's gone and getting already. Oh, that's a better fish again. What's that? Is that a big perch? I hope so. I hope that's a big perch for you. Oh, it's a clonking perch. Clonking fish. Ooh, a beauty. Look at that. Hang on. Calm down. Look at that for a beautiful fish. I don't think there's a prettier fish in our waters. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Stunning fish. Oh, wow. We'll give that worm a change. Throw him into the mixing pot, the snipping pot, and he'll get snipped up with my next batch. As well as the tail that you nip off the end of your hook bait. And don't go to waste. Something on it. Oh, look, just dipped and come back up. Gone again, still dipping. Not so big this one, but the thing about perches, they weigh a lot more than you think. They weigh a lot more than you think. He's 3 plus ounce, he was. Another feed of casters. And drop that worm in again. Something on it. Right. Yeah, looks like it's small fish now. After them initial 2 big fish. Seems to be small fish in the peg now. Not to worry. If any big fish do turn up again, they'll soon push these out. You start missing bites on worms off these little ones. I always try a maggot over the top, and that usually sorts them out. I'm jigging the rig there. Yeah, look, that's just... Oh, I got a bite straight away doing that jigging, and it's a proper fish again. I have to hurry up, there's a bow coming. What's that? Another big perch? Yeah, it is. Another big perch. Oh. Oh, beautiful. You notice both of them big perch I had was as I jigged the rig. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous fish. And by not striking instantly, I ensure the hook has gone past the bony part of his mouth. So we're going to try the maggot over the top of... No, actually, we'll try the caster first. See if the caster's any good. That day on the match, I caught a lot of fish on the caster. And I'll do it very similar to how I hook a worm. I go in through the head and out through the side. Give it a little bit of feed before I go in. Only 6 to 10 casters, nothing special. And I'm going to lay the rig out on this one, like that, and let it, something will watch that fall through the water and hopefully nail it as soon as it settles. Or off the deck even. Right down the hole. Oh, little roach. There's a little roach. You wouldn't think there'd be any of them there with them big perching. That's not, it's a little, tiny little skimmer. Tiny little skimmer. Try that again. Oh, another decent fish on a single caster. What a peg this is. Another big perch. Oh, stunning. He's great. Well, he's a pound, he is. Another pound fish. You didn't think you'd catch them little skimmers with these in the peg, would you? We'll try that again. A bit of a feed. And out we go again. See what that gets us. A lot of fish there. It looks like there's a few small ones as well. Oh, they ain't so small. Get on the maggot. He's not so small. A single red maggot over the worm and caster. Try again. Oops, on the drop that bite. There are a lot of motherless minnows hopping around. That may have been a motherless minnow taking that on the way down. And it's being held up a little bit. Yeah, I think we got little fish in the peg. Yeah, look, just held it up and something's took it. I think we'll have to go back on the worm and the caster, I think. Little dollop of worm again. 10 or 15 casters. I'll keep topping up with casters. Back out again. And see what happens. See if there's anything there. Bound to be, it's been solid. Yeah, there's a dink. Give it a jig because it's not gone. Yeah, did that induce a bite? Only a little perch, but still. Oh, he's got a fish in his mouth. What's that in there? Is that another little perch? I've never seen it with a fish that way around. It's always been, yeah, look, it's a gudgeon. Got a little gudgeon in his mouth. Look at that. Greedy buggers perch are. Years ago I had one that was probably about 3 ounce and he had one probably half his size down his throat. Plus he took nearly a full Dandrobina worm. So even though he was digesting the fish he got in him, he was still eating. Ravenous creatures they are, Perch. There's another one. Ravenous creatures. Oh, hello. Little skimmer. Thing is with worm as well. Anything will eat a worm. Depending on what size you put on. If you put tiny bits of worm on, you can catch gudgeon and roach on them. But anything will eat a worm. Fish got hold of that. It's only a little fish, to be fair. What do I know? Oh, that's the last one. Another perch. Oh, that's the last one. Call it a day now. Right, I hope you've enjoyed that little tips video. I certainly have. Caught some lovely perch, a couple of skimmers and some hybrids, some littler perch. Mostly by jigging the worm. I've had a few on caster as well, running it over the top. But it's really important to keep that worm moving in your peg. They're more likely to have it moving than stationary. So go out and give it a go. Cheers.